Let's look at how to work this punchline. We're trying to find the answer to what happened to the little boy who swallowed a silver dollar. Look at the instructions. The first part says use the slope and y-intercept to graph each equation. So number 1, y equals 2/3 x plus 1. Notice that is in slope-intercept form. Always remember when we're looking at y equals mx plus b, m is the slope and b is the y-intercept. Okay, so for this one, for number 1, m is 2/3 and b is what? B is 1, positive 1. What do we graph first? We graph that y-intercept on the y-axis. So I'm going to go to 1 and I'm going to put a point. Then from there, I'm going to use the slope. Remember, the slope is rise over run. So I'm going to put my pencil on B, and I'm going to rise 2, up 2. I'm going to run 3. That's over 3. And I'm going to put another point. Now, I want 3 points, but notice if I go up 2 and over 3, I run off the grid here. So I don't want to go off the graph. If you go off the graph and can't get your third point, what I want you to do is come back to your B. And instead of up and right, what can I do and get the same thing? I can reverse it, right? I can go down and left. So I'm going to go down 2 and left 3 to get my third point. Now check. This has a positive slope. Is this line that I'm going to draw here? Does it have positive slope? It does. I missed a point, but you can do it better than I did. Write your name, y equals 2/3 x plus 1. Now, here's the next thing. It says the graph, if extended, will cross a letter outside the grid. If I had done this correctly and I keep going, I'm going to go through F, right? And it says look for this letter in the string of letters at the bottom of the page and cross it out each time it appears. So I'm going to look for an F down here at the bottom, and I'm going to cross out all the F's I see. So there's an F. Is that my only one? Do you see another F? That's all I see. Okay, so when you find your answer, you cross it out at the bottom on this particular punchline. Now let's look at number 2. It looks very similar. It says, except it says y equals negative 2/3 x plus 1. So m is negative 2/3 and b is still 1. So my y-intercept is 1, so I'm going to go up 1 on the y-axis and plot a point. My rise, there's rise over run. My rise is negative 2, so I'm going to go down 2, but my run is positive 3, so I go right 3. There's my point. Do I have room to do it again? If I go down 2 and over 3, I run out of room, right? So instead of down and right, I'm going to go back to B, and I'm going to go up and left. So if you run out of room, just reverse, and you'll get the third point. I'm going to put a line through my points. I'm going to name it y equals negative 2/3 x plus 1. What would that go through? If I were to keep going, it'd go through L. So I'm going to go down to the bottom. And all my L's I'm going to mark out. So I only see one. Do you see any others? That's all I see. Okay, so that's how this punchline works. You start with number 3. If you have any questions while you're working, let me know.